a princess. A wicked witch of the east, bro. You're gonna look at me and you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong? Am I wrong?
All right, fuck it. We're live.
Here we go.
Welcome back to the channel. Julian John Baptiste.
Been too long.
Coach, it ain't easy being cheesy. Hey, Millsaps Majors 3-1, Coach. What the fuck?
Coach. Dub City. Dub City. Hey, we've learned how to flip the M.
We're eating dubs now, dude.
Eat dubs, baby.
Talk us through. I think the last time we had you on the show, you all were just after week 1 against Belhaven. Just kind of walk through the last couple weeks. I'm curious. I think everyone's curious about what the fuck's going on over there at Millsaps.
Man, we had an easy and not like trying to be like, oh, we're winning. So, but yeah, had an easy week 2. Kind of got pushed back because of hurricane. Ended up playing on the Sunday. We won that 46-0. Turned around, played a tough team out of Virginia. They were 7-4 the year prior. They ended up beating us 28-14.
Showed some fight.
Showed some fight. Had a chance to tie it up 21-21. I thought it was a touchdown. Refs thought it was a fumble, so they called it a fumble. And I think that ended up hurting us, hurting the kids' morale. So we ended up losing that one 28-14. So now we're 2-1, and then entered conference play and went and took care of business and won 31-21 down in Tennessee.
Big game. They were supposed to be pretty decent, right?
They were supposed to be decent. They beat us last year for the first time in 16 years, so we got back on the winning track.
What's the schedule look like going forward?
We're on bye week this week. This week.
Nice.
We'll have a tough one next week, but it should be fun. We're in the conference play, so last week was a conference game. This bye week. Next week's going to be a tough one, and then we get down to Old Texas. Southwestern should be a dub for us. I think we can get somewhere to 5 to 6 wins, man. I think we have a chance to get somewhere between, 4, 5, and 6. I'm not going to go out and say we win 3 more. Just that easy. We're still a growing team, young guys. But the next, I think we can get at least 1 or 2, maybe even 3 more.
Hell yeah. What's been like, I mean, I know the defense has been balling, but what's been like the difference, you think, with like this year and I mean, I know you weren't there last year, but
yeah, from what I've heard and the things that have gone on, just the love that everybody's shown. Players to players, coaches to players, players to coaches. I think guys like playing for each other, and they like playing for the coaches. And when you like playing for guys, you tend to work hard and you tend to work your ass off to fight to win. So I think that's the biggest thing.
Hell yeah. Fucking majors, man.
Yeah. No,
3-1.
Awesome.
Shit.
3-1. 3-1.
Well,
man.
We've been following along over here at Kenneth's house. We'll have the majors game on at least one of the TVs that we've got up here. So
I appreciate that. That's love.
Absolutely, bro. Well, before we get into college football cheese, I feel like I'm the LeBron. Like, I can't believe this is my life right now. I've got Kansas City Chiefs, 4-0.
No.
I got the Missouri Tigers, 4-0. And now I got the Kansas City Royals sweeping the Baltimore Orioles, going to play in the ALDS against the New York Yankees. I don't know. I've never had this in my life. I don't know how to act. Look, I know the Chiefs have been good for a long fucking time now. The Royals lost 100 fucking ball games last year, Coach. 100.
Man.
And, I mean, it didn't look pretty, but you know what they say when you get into playoff baseball? Just pitch and play the field. And fuck, do we do that well, you know?
Go sometimes, hey, she wasn't pretty, but she had big titties, Coach.
I think we scored 3 runs and swept them total. But hey,
I wish the Astros could have done some of that.
Bring me the fucking New York Yankees right here.
Let's go.
Bring me the fucking New York Yankees.
Let's
in
go get them.
ALDS. Let's go fucking get them.
Fuck the Yankees.
Anyway, I know that my picks have been sucking, but my teams have been doing all right. So, just had to share that. Well, with that being said, Cheese, we want to talk a little fucking ball.
Suck a little ball.
Let's talk a little ball. Well, so I have some stuff planned for us, Cheese, because I know you're back on the podcast for the first time in a minute. We're gonna go through last week's schedules or last week's game. We're gonna go into week 6, and it's also kind of midway through the season, so I wanted to break out the top 25 and some of the Heisman guys, and just kind of run through and talk about
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up last week. Have you been able to watch any football?
Yeah. I mean, we got some on the bus on the way back. We've been playing early enough that I catch the late games. We played late enough that I catch the early games. So it's out. I'm catching enough. I'm getting enough.
All right. I'm just making sure you're gonna be able to talk about this shit on the pod.
Oh yeah, no, without a doubt.
All right, cool. All right. Well, you know the drill. I'm just gonna go through here. This is last week, week 5. Paul just didn't have a show on Monday. Oh, also you can tell Kyle Kirk's annoying dumbass isn't on the show if you haven't realized that by now. But he should be back soon.
Fucking bum. I finally get back on the show. Hey, old Brown. Shout out to Brown beating Harvard.
Hey,
that coach is backup quarterback over there, Brown.
Academics Bowl. I got my cousin's a backup quarterback for Harvard. Jeez.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
BYU 34-28. They kicked the shit out of him in the first half and then kind of wanted to give it away at the end, but
yeah, coach, that Baylor staff, they might as well start packing the bags.
I know. BYU's kind of for real though. 5-0.
Yeah. Gonna beat the dog shit out of Kansas State.
Yeah.
Beat the dog shit out of Kansas State, coach. They looked really good in that game. So
Syracuse dismantles Holy Cross. That was one. I think Kyle took that. Oh, we had Kyle over here at Kenneth's house this last weekend, so I got to watch a little bit of ball with him.
Yeah, I was making fun of him. He wasn't answering anybody's phone calls or text messages.
Tip.
And I was like, damn, he goes over to Kenneth, and now he just can't answer anybody's phone call.
We got Maryland 28, Indiana 42. Indiana's kind of been on a roll. This Michigan game, I'm going to talk about it because I lost on this, on an under. Anyway, Minnesota, I'll talk about it later.
21 in the fourth?
Bro, Michigan just was trying to hand him the fucking ball game. It was crazy.
I didn't know that.
Crazy. I'll talk about the Nebraska game later. Oh, shit. Coach, Oklahoma State is ass.
Coach, I don't like saying this because I really like Mike Gundy. But, man, is it time?
It might be time.
Is it time?
I also feel like every year that they have any kind of expectations, and I've said this on the show, anytime they have any expectations, they just are the kings of underwhelming.
Yep.
Just, I mean, you don't even put up a fight. They had Ollie Gordon running like he normally was in the first quarter of this game, and then just stop feeding him the ball. I don't know what's wrong with him if they just like ran the shit out of him and now you can't do anything anymore. But he was sorry about that. He was a non-factor in this game. Avery Johnson, that dude's he's good, but like not super impressive with his arm. Honestly, he's
been bad this season. I shouldn't say bad. He's been inconsistent this season.
Cheese, how about
Fucking
this?
Ole Miss,
Kentucky
coach.
20, Ole Miss 17.
Coach,
what the fuck are we doing down there in Ole Miss?
Ole Miss is now going to have to go on a run. They're going to have to beat – I think they still play Georgia. They're going to have to beat a Georgia team. They're going to have to beat a fucking – they're going to win out. They're going to win out. I had them in the SEC championship. I don't know.
I'm pulling up the remaining schedule right now. But, I mean, even with the loss to Kentucky, I know Kentucky gave Georgia a run, but at least they were able to pull that shit out.
Yeah.
All right, Ole Miss remaining schedule. You ready for this? So they got South Carolina this weekend at South Carolina.
Dub.
Then they go to LSU.
Dub.
I mean, dude, the way that Kentucky beat them, though, they just beat them up front. So, like, that South Carolina game is not going to be easy.
I think there's certainty. Like, Mark Stoop, and we don't talk about Mark enough. Like, one brother we don't talk about enough. Mark Stoop finds a way to get his team ready to play against the Ole Miss, the Georgias, the Alabamas of the world. And so this win doesn't surprise me, but I thought this was Ole Miss year to, all right, fuck that, we're gonna get over these humps, and they did not.
I saw some shit online that people were accusing Lane Kiffin of already having his foot out the door going to that Florida job. Yep.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
That's crazy to me. Like, I think Lane Kiffin, number one, wants Jackson Dart to win the Heisman, which I don't think he has a shot at because a guy named Travis Hunter plays college football.
Yeah, dog. We'll get to him.
Yeah. I think Lane likes Ole Miss. I think it kind of fits him. I don't know if he wants to leave for Florida.
So that's another thing too, especially with NIL right now. Like, is Florida even that good of a spot?
And I don't know, because what it sounds like that Ole Miss has at Ole Miss, or that Lane Kiffin has going at Ole Miss, is he has an NIL collective that's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's true. I think his kids didn't come out to play, and I don't think he had his guys ready to go
Right.
for this one.
So they go, then they got Oklahoma, Arkansas, Georgia at home, Florida,
At home.
and Mississippi State. Yep.
Yeah, you just got to beat Georgia at home.
You have to win out. I mean, you can't.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think a loss to Kentucky and a loss to Georgia, a 10-2, is going to get you in the playoff. I don't think so. I mean, do you think
that's
so?
a tough one. I don't. I'm not gonna say it's you're automatically still in.
I mean, think if you got from the SEC, you still got undefeated Alabama.
Remember.
You still got undefeated Texas. You still got undefeated one loss Georgia right now.
One loss Georgia.
You got
That's
undefeated
3.
Missouri.
Undefeated Missouri is 4.
Yep. Who else? I mean, I don't think LSU is any good, but they're 4-1. If they win out, I mean, who knows, man? I mean, that's a fucking Tennessee.
Yeah.
Tennessee.
So, no, they have to win out. They can't.
They have to beat Georgia.
They can't lose 2 games and expect to be in.
Jackson Dart, 261 and a touchdown. He almost got outplayed by Brock Vandegrift. That's unbelievable.
That's wild behavior.
Unbelievable. All right, we'll make the rest of this pretty quick because there wasn't a whole lot of other good games.
No. Texas struggled.
This Arkansas Texas A&M game was just a fucking disgrace of a football game. Started out awesome in the first quarter.
Yeah, Arkansas.
But they scored off of a fake punt, set them up in the end zone, and then Arkansas got a busted play, like just a deep ball that they caught for a touchdown. A&M didn't really impress me either, honestly, offensively, until the last fourth quarter. They were just able to run the ball. Dude, Sam Pittman has to be gone after this year. He just finds ways to lose. He just finds ways to lose close games as much as he possibly can.
Yeah, Bobby Petrino will be the head coach at Arkansas next year.
Yeah.
What are you and Zach betting on the game this week?
I'll get to that in this because that's a play. We got Colorado 48, UCLA 21. What the fuck? Cheese 14-point dog.
Dogs. Hey, listen. I'm not saying they'll make the playoffs, but they have a shot.
Well, here's the deal. Now that they're in the Big 12, the way you expose Colorado is you have to out-physical them up front, both sides of the ball. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And in the Big 12, there's not that many teams. I don't know if they play K-State, but K-State.
They play K-State this week.
They will get whooped.
Coach, I don't know.
No, that's how you beat them. UCF tried throwing the ball with them. I think KJ Jefferson had 30 or 40 pass attempts, but that's not how you beat those guys.
Coach, and I'm not saying
if they beat K-State, then I'll put my foot in my mouth about Colorado for the rest of the year.
I just think that they've learned hey, we're just gonna shut up and play football. I didn't hear about a Colorado story this whole week.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Not one, coach.
That's true.
Like, I don't know. I don't know. But
Shadur
hey, if they
290, 3 touchdowns. Pretty fucking good.
hey, shout out to UNLV losing half their team and not half their team, but losing the quarterback, losing the running back, and still putting up 60 piece.
Yeah, Fresno State's usually pretty decent too.
I would say not terrible.
I'm gonna get to this bullshit Notre Dame Louisville game in a second. That was a disaster. And same with fucking Kansas and TCU.
Kansas is so overrated.
USC covered. I mean, Auburn. Dude, Hugh Freeze has got to go. Right?
Got to go, coach. Like
losing to
I've
Oklahoma.
Never been a fan.
Loses to Oklahoma with 0 of their starting receivers playing in that football game, and they had the ball again, winning in the fourth quarter. And Peyton Thorne throws another pick 6 to lose the football game.
And this was the backup quarterback for Oklahoma too.
Yes.
They bitched Jay Arnold.
Yes.
Cause Hugh Freeze, coach, I've never heard a good story about Hugh Freeze. I got a couple.
He's a piece of shit.
Coach, I guess I can't. But yeah, piece of shit. Piece of shit human being.
Piece of shit. We'll keep it there. All right. Texas didn't look overwhelmingly great against Mississippi State.
No, he did not. What's called should be back this week, so we'll see.
Yeah, true. All right. That's good enough for week 5. We'll get out of there. We'll get to the cards.
Let's move on.
I'm just gonna run through my shit and Kyle's shit real quick. I gotta own up to some more shit that I did over the weekend. We'll go through Kyle's first. Kyle's putting together a pretty clean fucking year, dude. 17, 12, and 2. Cashed on Rutgers. Rutgers covered -2. Nebraska covered the 10. Arkansas +4 pushed. Arkansas money line did not hit. Ole Miss team total over 45.5. That was also a typo. I think he told me he guessed that the team total over was 45.5, so he just took it. That was a guess.
No, it was
like 35 or 38 or something like that.
31. No,
yeah,
35.
He just sent me that and he's like, I didn't even know what it was. I just guessed 45. I'm like, oh my god, dude.
They should cash it every fucking week, coach. Yeah. Ohio State might be the most talented football team in America.
Yeah. Jeez, holy fuck, dude. We didn't even talk about Alabama and Georgia.
Coach.
What the fuck was that game?
Wild.
I was so excited for that game. I gave a whole speech on this podcast last week about it, telling everyone to fucking pack their coolers, make some cheese barbecue, and sit down. Before I even know, it's 28-0. And I'm like, Coach, what the fuck is going on?
We're sitting on the bus. And, that's all I can worry about. Because, on the bus, got the dub. It's like, all right, I'm taking my nap. And then fucking locked in. And then it's just bombs over Baghdad. Just straight up ass whooping first quarter. I'm like, well, fuck.
Yep. Bro, that's the thing. That's the thing with DeBoer. And he even did this shit in Washington, too. Where, for big-ass games, he has his guys ready to go. They come out and he did it twice last year to Oregon when he was with Washington. Everyone thought Oregon was going to beat the shit out of them. And they came out firing, dude, back then in Washington. And then same thing with Alabama. Now, I'll talk about it later, but because he doesn't really get up again for letdown games. But, just an impressive. And then for Georgia to come back like that, too, those are just two. That game was fucking crazy. That William, what's his name? Ryan Williams. That was the nastiest fucking spin move I've ever seen. Coach. Other than, what was that kid from Ohio State? Was it Terrell Pryor?
No, was
hit the spin move on Virginia Tech.
The quarterback that moved to the receiver.
I forgot his name. But that was the best spin move I've ever.
Is it Braxton Miller?
Yeah, Braxton Miller maybe.
Yeah, something like
that. That shit was unbelievable. But what a football game that was.
That was sick.
All right, so Kyle on the weekend went 3-2-1. I'm gonna share my fucking bullshit card again. Here we go. All right. Here's the thing, Cheese. 4-2.
Ah, damn, Lukey.
I'm gonna go through it. So Nebraska covered easily. wasn't really worried about it. They missed 3 field goals in the first half. They got down in the red zone, and I think they had like 3 just terrible snaps. Like 2 of the kicks were blocked. Ended up putting up like 28 points in the fourth quarter or some shit like that. Anyway, they won. This Louisville Notre Dame game, I've never seen a team just try to gift wrap and hand Notre Dame a Christmas present more than Louisville, and they still almost covered the 6.5. Louisville had a botch snap punt that went over the kicker's head, set up Notre Dame inside the fucking 10, and then they would go for it like on 4th down and like the third quarter, didn't get like 2 or 3 of them. Notre Dame had like 1 busted coverage touchdown pass, and then after that, they really couldn't do anything. So, yeah, Louisville just gift wrapped that shit and gave it right to them. Kansas, that was the most disgraceful performance of tackling I have ever seen. Lance Leipold, I mean, I love that Kansas was losing, so it's kind of a win-win for me. And I think I said on the last show, but that was the most embarrassing tackling performance from a football team that I have seen since like last year with USC. That was embarrassing what they were doing.
It's time for Daniels to go also.
He's terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, because he's not even gonna get drafted now. Like he had that 1 year where if he left, he probably would end up, playing a couple of years in the NFL. He don't got shot now.
No,
Shot
nothing,
down.
nothing. I mean, he's throwing missiles to guys and just missing by fucking 15
And
yards
at home, coach, to TCU.
Yes, to TCU. They played in Arrowhead.
Oh yeah, they did. They're barring y'all stadium and Missouri Stadium, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's crazy because y'all got beef,
Dude, this is how dumb KU fans are. They hate the state of Missouri, but they're playing their home games in Kansas City, Missouri.
So dumb.
So dumb. Anyway, Minnesota, Michigan, the under 35.5. That didn't hit, obviously. Kind of the same thing with Minnesota. I think Michigan blocked a punt. They were set up inside the 20-yard line, had a pick like inside the red zone again. Just a bunch of fucking debacles, and that under just did not hit. However, I did say last week that if you're feeling frisky, take Arizona money line, and they covered. They also won outright, 23-10. Played Utah at home. Utah
Zach
blackout.
Wilson's brother's ass.
Yeah, he's pretty bad.
But he's only a freshman.
This Utah defense isn't really what
It's
people
not.
are like
No,
hyping them up to be.
no, and I think it's one of those where each year, like when you have really good defenses, after a while they just
get a reputation.
And this year's Utah defense is not.
It's
what
not
it
that
was
great.
The last 2-3 years, coach. No. I
It's
saw
not that
that
great.
once. Cam Rising went down against Baylor, which Cam Rising is another one. Coach, hang this shit up. He's talking about red shirt and fucking
Unbelievable. They can't give him another red shirt. They can't give him another red shirt.
Coach, and it's like a broken hand. It's not even that bad.
It's like a thumb. Yeah, a broken
it's like
finger.
a sprain.
Ridiculous. Anyway, 4-2. Whatever. If you took Arizona money line, hopefully you made some money back over the weekend.
No,
There's nothing much I can
2-4,
say.
2-4.
2-4. 2-4.
Yeah. 4-2 sounds good.
Whatever. Yeah. That's all right. Well, I'll have a weekend where 2 weeks ago I think I was like 4-1 or some shit, and I was like, all right, I'm feeling myself. And then I just knew that this last weekend was just going to be one of those weekends. But
yeah, no, I mean,
anyway.
if you're a betting man, I think this is the week that you tail Lukey here because usually he has a good bounce back week.
Yeah, we'll see.
He usually has a good bounce back week. So excited about
right,
that.
Cheesy, let's get into week 6.
Week 6, you and Kyle's pick. I'm excited to talk about these.
Yeah, we'll run through the board. We'll run through the board real quick, and then we'll go through the picks. I'm not gonna talk much about these Thursday, Friday games. I'm excited to see the Syracuse UNLV game. I was surprised that UNLV was getting 6.5 at home. I know they're good, but Syracuse is damn good, dude.
Syracuse is damn good. Damn,
So
six
I don't
and
know.
a half?
6.5 at home.
Friday?
Yeah, Friday night. Coming after a big win, emotional win, where you're playing a backup quarterback. You beat the hell out of Fresno State. I don't know. I think I'm taking Syracuse on that money line, honestly.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But TCU should wipe the floor with Houston. Houston is a bad football team.
Coach, bad.
Yeah. Boston College of Virginia. I think that Castellanos kid didn't play last week for mono, but he's supposed to be back. I was surprised that this line was -1 for Virginia. Virginia's a 1-point favorite at home.
Virginia's bad at football.
Very bad at football. I'm going to get to this Missouri game. I'll also get to this Michigan State, Oregon game later.
Are we? What time is the A&M game?
11 o'clock. ABC, brother.
I really want to come home.
I won't be here. I'll be in Missouri.
What are you going to Missouri for?
I got a wedding, but my parents are going to the game, the A&M Mizzou game.
Who's getting married that you're going to the fucking wedding?
Bro, I know. One of my old college buddies, but
What? Whoa. What Benedictine person gets married in the fucking fall?
Austin Riley, a.k.a. Little Guy.
Austin,
Riley.
I don't know you. But next time, put your fucking foot down to your fiance/wife. You don't get married in the fall, no matter what. Okay?
We got it. I think next year, if we're still doing the show, I'm just gonna boycott fall weddings.
I boycott fall weddings.
I can't go. I just can't go.
The only one I've been to, and that motherfucker's lucky, is Greg's. And I had to, and lucky I was still in high school ball, coaching high school ball. But I drove up after my game at 11. I drove to Austin, went to his wedding the next morning. But I'll give him this. Football people had the games on. We watched Texas. We went to the bar after, watched Texas versus Oklahoma State. So still like.
Yeah, the wedding's not till 5, so I'll be able to watch the whole Mizzou game, which is all I really care about.
Yeah, see,
but still, damn coach, I could have been in the fucking suite.
Yeah.
At Kyle State or whatever the fuck they call it. What do they call it? Kyle Field. I could have been just waving.
It's one of the greatest
black and gold.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If you've never been to an A&M game,
I've been to 2.
I would say we've been to a bunch. Yeah. Shout out Kenneth. Shout out Hunter for that. Coach, it's an experience. Tailgating. Northgate the night before, tailgating that morning, the atmosphere. Coach, Kanye West power drops. The fucking towels get the waving.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's fucking sick. You got to get to College Station, go to a game. It's fucking awesome.
That's what I told my
parents.
parents.
Northgate that night. Oh, my gosh.
Jeez, I set the whole thing up. I was like, hey, mom and dad, y'all should come down. Come to Houston, October 5th. We'll go to the Texas A&M Mizzou game. My cousin's like the 3rd string quarterback for the Tigers, so like I have like a whole bunch of family coming down. We got a suite. Ray and Jackie hooked it up. We're going to the Stewart's tailgate. I'm pumped. Fuck, I forgot I have a wedding I have to go to. So I screwed myself.
What's the definition of have to go to?
Like I think I would explain it like Austin's probably the line of where, like, in my friend list of like where if it was anyone past Austin on my friend list, I would not go. You know what I mean?
Damn,
He's
Austin.
the line. He's the line. But I'm going, so he made the cut.
Austin, telling you right now, kiss this man when you see him. Because if it was me, my ass would be in fucking the suite.
He's also a diehard Mizzou fan too. I don't think he knows it's his wedding weekend or whatever. But I'll also get to see. I'll get to see all the boys too, which will be cool. It's a
Your
BC
wife,
wedding.
Yeah, I'm about to say, is Vituli going?
Yep.
Oh, so you get to hang out with the boys and the other boys that I met.
I'll get to see the boys, so it'll be a good time. All right, let's keep it moving. We got. Let's see. I'm just going down this list here. Well, I'm just trying to find.
No, I got cataracts.
I would say this.
Georgia
Auburn
wins by 97.
I know, bro, but this is always when
No.
Hugh Freeze has some bullshit game plan
No.
that like frustrates. They did it to Alabama and Georgia last year.
No.
I know. No, I know.
Kirby
But
Smart.
I know. You're right.
Yeah.
But just in the back of your mind, just think about it.
Nope.
Yeah, fair enough.
Nope. 97.
I almost took this Iowa-Ohio State game. I think 19.5 might be a little bit too much for Iowa. But Caden McNamara can't throw the football. So I stayed away from it.
Yeah, coach.
That Ohio State Oregon game is next weekend, so I thought this might be a little bit of a letdown spot, but I stayed away from it.
Ohio State wins by 14, maybe 17. I don't know if they cover that's 19.5.
Yeah.
I don't know if they cover the 19.5. They might win by 21.
If it was in Iowa and the spread was the same, I would have taken it.
And then they roll. Just to let you know, they roll Oregon next week.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Ole Miss got to bounce back, hopefully, against
it.
South Carolina. Plus 9.5 at home, though, Cheese.
Cash it.
You think so?
Coach, Lane Kiffin's not coming off the gas pedal.
We'll see. I mean, fuck.
They need style points, too.
Where was that gas pedal at last weekend?
And that's what I'm saying. They need style points this week. I can say Mark Stoops' defense is not bad defense, man. Mark Stoops is he's not a slouch at all.
No. I'm excited for this Rutgers-Nebraska game. I was surprised at 6.5, Coach.
6.5 for who?
Nebraska getting 6.5 at home.
That's wild behavior.
That's wild. Mononga's going to run all over those boys. The only thing is that Kalikamaki, I keep pronouncing his name wrong. I'm sure of it. But the Rutgers quarterback, a liability for sure. However, Nebraska just always finds a way to keep these games close and then somehow lose.
And Rutgers finds a way to fucking both of these teams. This is crazy. I'm pissed that Kyle's not on this.
I know.
Today, because this is the definition of both teams always find a way to fucking cover.
Yeah.
Both of these teams find a way to cover, Coach. This is going to be a good one.
That'll be a good game.
This is going to be a good one.
Oklahoma State getting 3 at home after a shitty performance last week against K-State. West Virginia got way overhyped this year. I'm staying away from that. But if I had to take one, I'd probably take Oklahoma State at home in a bounce back game, just because it's at home. I'm gonna talk about this game later.
Can we talk about which game are you going to talk about later?
Alabama Vanderbilt.
Okay, cool. Because I'm
gonna talk about Clemson Florida State later.
James Madison, book it.
The Dukes.
Bet your house on James Madison.
We can talk about this game's on Kyle's card. We can talk about that later. Let's just get to the fucking cards, because I think the rest of these games are all on cards.
UCF and Florida.
This is where we need like a commercial fucking filler when I'm switching in between these motherfuckers. All right, Cheese, you got Kyle's card. All right, so for NCAA purposes, these are not Cheese's bets. Obviously, you can see that these are Kyle's picks. Kyle is not on the show, so Cheese is gonna give us the rundown on Kyle's picks. But I'm just gonna run through them, and Cheese, you can just react how you will. First pick, we've got Texas State going to Troy. Texas State favored 13 points, over under 57.5. Kyle's got Texas State minus 13.
They need it after giving up a loss to Sam Houston when they should have won it easily. This is going to be an easy roll by Texas State. Troy's not very good. Go ahead.
Next game, we got Indiana minus 13.5 going to Northwestern. They're playing like on a soccer field with a bunch of makeshift bleachers. Over under is 41.5. He's got Indiana minus 13 and Indiana team total over 27.5.
Don't know what the fuck Kyle's smoking here. I guess Indiana's halfway decent. I do love Northwestern Stadium, even though it's makeshift, because it sits on the water. If you haven't seen it, Google it. It's
like a high school field. It looks sick.
Yeah.
They got a big-ass Jumbotron on the visitor sideline.
Yeah, if you look over, Coach, literally if you sit in the stands, you look over, it's the fucking, ocean. I mean, the lake. Lake Michigan, Lake whatever the fuck it is.
Yep.
Next up.
Iowa plus 19.5 going to Ohio State. Over under is 45. Kyle's got Ohio State team total over 31.5.
Best team, most talented team in America. If I was a betting man, I would bet Ohio State every week, probably. Yeah,
I think they've covered every. I think they've covered every team total over.
Yeah,
because Kyle keeps betting and it keeps hitting.
It's stupid how talented they are. If Ryan Day doesn't fuck this up, they're the national champions at the end of the year.
Next game, Tennessee, 13.5-point favorites going to Arkansas. I do not have the over-under on there, but Tennessee, Kyle's pick is Tennessee minus 13. Bought the hook.
Yeah, Arkansas, Sam Pittman they like Sam Pittman enough. They'll let him make it to the end of the year. Bobby Petrino will be the head coach after that. Yeah, this is easy, Tennessee.
I agree, dude. I mean, like watching Arkansas last week, I was a big fan of Taylor Green, and then I saw him play like a good defense, and that guy was seeing ghosts, bro. Like he's so athletic, and he makes plays that you're just like, how the fuck did he turn the corner on that guy? Or like, but I mean, Arkansas's offensive line couldn't pass protect. They had no like blitz pressure scheme, nothing. They were just getting he was getting smoked back there. Tennessee's going to do the same thing, but the only difference is they actually have like a decent quarterback that can throw the football all over the yard.
I like
also Tennessee when they played Oklahoma, there was a video that came out of that fat fuck Josh Heupel was saying, "Don't worry, I took my foot off the gas pedal for whatever the fuck reason." So I think
he's a different cat,
bro. I hate that motherfucker.
He's a weirdo.
I hate that motherfucker. Anyway, next game, Nevada 6.5-point dogs going to San Jose State. Kyle took them alt line San Jose State minus 10. I guess he's big on San Jose State.
Nevada's a bad football team. The fact that Kyle, but this is like Kyle type shit. The fact that Kyle's fucking betting on Nevada and San Jose State is such Kyle type shit because there's other good football games on to bet on.
We had to turn on the Georgia State game last weekend so that he could watch. He bet on Georgia State.
Degenerates.
Yep. Temple plus 17 going to UConn over under 50.5. He's got UConn minus 17.
Again,
I mean, I've heard that UConn's good.
Coach, listen, UConn. I got a kid that plays for UConn. UConn's not just as bad. They're better than they were last year. But it's still fucking UConn. 17 is a lot. That's a lot of points, man.
Anyway. All right, that's Kyle's card. I'm going to hop into mine now.
Man, it's good to be back on the show.
Fuck yeah, it is. We just need to have cheese on a bye week every weekend. All right. We are 10-14 going to week 6, and I'm finally getting into some conference play. I got some games here on this card, and I'm excited to get Cheese's opinions on some of these because they might be a little crazy. But stay with me. Stay with me. This is where we get into conference play. I start to look at schedules. I start to look at future opponents. I start to look at matchups. First game, Michigan State, 23.5-point dog going to Oregon. Over unders 52.5. Give me the Spartans. They're a bad football team, Cheese. Aiden Childs is a pick throwing machine. However, Oregon has not looked great, and they've got the biggest game probably of their they've played in national championships. They've played in some big-time football games. They have the biggest game of their program history next weekend against Ohio State. If they are even looking at Michigan State's film this week, they are a bunch of dumb fucks because right now they do not stand a chance against Ohio State. So I think that they kind of sleepwalk through this. It's a night game. It's supposed to be a bad weather game. I could see it being like 21-10 and give me Michigan State. I hate everything about this game, and I think 23.5 is going to be too much.
And I like it. I actually like it. I think Oregon doesn't know how to finish football games. They played a bad UCLA team last week, didn't cover the fucking spread. I like it. Michigan State, if they didn't turn the ball over as many times as they did, they probably would have covered against Ohio State. I think they're good enough to stay with teams to a certain extent.
Not good enough to win.
Not good enough to win. And Oregon's not good enough to just blow people out.
Yeah. Well, they did it. They did it to Oregon State, and that was really the only team that they've blown out. I mean, UCLA,
That's a
which
rival
is
game. It doesn't count.
UCLA, which is terrible, covered 24 last week. So against
Yeah.
Oregon. So
Unbelievable.
give me Michigan State. Next game, Cheese. This is an absolute fucking slap in the face, but I love that. I love that Missouri's a dog here. University of Missouri is a 2-point underdog going to Texas A&M. The over-under is 48.5. That is fucking insane. However, I love it. I got a bet with Zach Henry. I got
Talk to
Missouri,
me. What we got?
I got Mizzou. We took this before the season kicked off. I set a line that Mizzou would be 12.5-point favorites. So we've got that at even money, and then I took a Mizzou money line bet minus 500 for me. And I think it's like 50 for me, 100 for Zach, or 10 for Zach. Anyway, give me Mizzou here all fucking day, Cheese. This is Mizzou coming off a bye week. I saw Texas A&M play last week against Arkansas. Their offense does not look good at all. I'm not scared about their offense. The only thing I'll say is their quarterback, that Marcel Reed kid, he can run a little bit, but I mean, Mizzou has had trouble with some running quarterbacks, a.k.a. Diego Pavia, a.k.a. Thomas Castellanos. However, we're coming off a bye week. This is our first road game of the year. So I think road games, whenever you're going together somewhere, it kind of just brings the boys together. You're off a bye week.
Big facts.
I love that we're underdogs in this game. I still am confident in the Missouri minus 12.5 bet. So if I could get them at +2, I'm going to take that all day long. And I hate betting for Mizzou.
Yeah, minus 12.5 is wild, but that's wild. The +2, you probably should bet your house on. Now, it is hard to play in College Station. Like I said, like I talked about earlier, it's hard to play in College Station. But if you're telling me +2, and A&M they played a bad Florida team. They played a bad McNeese State team. And they played a bad fucking – who they play last week?
Arkansas.
Arkansas. Coach, like, man, for them to be favored at home is wild behavior. I don't know how Vegas didn't learn from
I was shocked. I was shocked to see that Mizzou was an underdog in this game. I love it because I'd rather be a dog going into this. I didn't think we would be, honestly. But it is what it is. All right, next game. All right, Alabama +23 going to Vanderbilt over under 55.5. This is the letdown spot I'm talking about, Cheese. An absolute emotional win last week. Kalen DeBoer, like I've said before, gets his teams ready for big games. If you go look at some of the games Washington played last year, a.k.a. Washington State, a.k.a. some of the other Pac-12 games, they had no business being in the fight. They barely won those games. I'm not saying that Alabama's barely going to win this game just because they have more dudes, obviously, than Vanderbilt does. But Diego Pavia can do some shit, and I experienced that firsthand, sweating out a Mizzou overtime victory against Vanderbilt. I think they're decent enough, especially at home, to cover this 23.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. Bama's coming off a big-time win against Georgia.
I don't think they've stopped celebrating that, right?
No.
That game was fucking crazy. That's the best game probably of college football history. So
they almost gave it away, Coach. They almost gave it away. So,
yeah.
No, I think Vandy can sneak in here and at least cover this. And don't be surprised if it's a lot closer than people think.
Yep. Next game, Clemson minus 14.5 going to Florida State over under 55.5. I've got Clemson minus 14.5. I'd probably take Clemson minus 40.5. Cheese. Tell me I'm wrong.
Florida State. Now listen, supposedly ukulele may not start, and I would like to. Sometimes that shit happens where somebody else comes in as a quarterback and it just sparks something. That may happen here.
I know.
Not saying it will, but it may.
But you go look at that offense and defensive line. Clemson got their ass whooped against Georgia week 1, and then since then have been putting up
Rolling.
60 burgers. 60
Rolling.
burgers against everybody, dude. So
I think 14.5 is good.
yeah.
It just wouldn't surprise me
Yeah.
if they caught that juice because they have a new quarterback. He throws 1 or 2 touchdowns out there, and
The
all of a sudden
quarterback that they
everybody's
bring
like,
in is a true freshman, though.
Coach, you throw 1 or 2 touchdowns,
Yeah.
and everybody starts dapping you up, and hey, let's go get this shit. Let's go do. All of a sudden, shit happens.
True. All right, and then last game, UCF is a 2.5 point favorite going to Florida over under 61.5. This is a disgusting game. But if you're Florida and you lose, if you lose to fucking UCF at home, you get what's the head coach's name, Cheese?
Billy Napier.
You get Billy Napier and you hang him on the fucking goalpost. You have you're the University of Florida and you're a 2.5 point dog at home to UCF. That is fucking insane, Cheese. They just lost by 21 to Colorado last weekend.
Billy is halfway hung.
He's full hung. I mean, he's gone after the season, regardless.
Yeah,
if they lose, Cheese, if they lose this game, he's gone before next week.
Yeah.
Also, Florida's off a bye. This is the last time I'm going to bet Florida, but seeing them 2.5.
Must-win game here, and I say must-win game. Billy's gone at the end of the season.
100%.
But this is the game you have to win for recruiting. Florida versus UCF. Yeah, you got to win this. You got to
no
win this.
business. No business losing to UCF at home. If you do, shut the fucking program down, Cheese. Like that would be.
And I'm going to be completely honest. If Billy Napier starting, what's his name? The freshman quarterback from Texas. From Willis High School. Lagaway.
Yeah, DJ
Lagaway. He should be fired before the game starts if he doesn't name him as the starter. Because Mertz is ass juice.
Dude, that whole team is ass juice. But
it's bad.
I mean, fuck, man.
You
gotta win this game. Anyway, all right, that's my card. All right, last thing for you, Cheese. We're just gonna run through this top 25 real quick. And then we'll get the fuck out of here.
Well, top 25, we're going Heisman.
Top 25. Oh, we can run through Heisman odds too, just to touch on that. Because I did take preseason. I took Jalen Milroe. I think it was like plus 1,300, and I bet his odds are pretty good right now.
Yeah.
All right, the AP top 25. Here we go. We'll just run through this real quick. Just get a couple thoughts from Cheese while we have him on the podcast. Never know when we'll have him back. Anyway,
Bama at 1.
Oh, let me get over here.
I think this is an overreaction.
I mean, best win though best win so far of anyone by far.
Yeah, but you also it wasn't as dominated fashion as it started out to be. If it ends in dominated fashion, absolutely cash it. Put them at 1. The fact that Georgia came back and took the lead at one point, is Bama really as good as we still don't know? Are they number 1 good? But hey, it's whatever.
I mean, based off this point in the season, I think Alabama's got to be number 1 after beating Georgia. I mean, no one else has that type of Texas clear number 2 with the Michigan win, but like Ohio State hasn't played anybody. Tennessee really still hasn't played anybody yet.
Georgia the 1 loss. Oregon sucks. Penn State not very good. Miami not very good. Hadn't played anybody. Almost lost to Virginia Tech. Missouri, it's a roller coaster. Michigan probably shouldn't be ranked in the top 10. USC.
Here, let me back up. In case
still lots to tell.
Yeah, let me back up just in case people are listening on Spotify. We got Tennessee at 4, Georgia at 5, Oregon at 6, Penn State at 7, Florida at 8, Missouri at 9, Michigan at 10. That is your top 10.
Miami, Florida at 8.
What did I say? Florida?
You just said Florida.
Oh, not Florida.
Not Florida.
Miami. They almost, dude. They got
lucky. They got lucky.
Jeez,
it wasn't
they got fucking lucky.
It was incompletion.
All right,
but they were still lucky.
For the people I don't know, last Friday night, Miami played Virginia Tech. Hail Mary, Virginia Tech is down, I think, 4 or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
The guy catches the ball in the end zone. Miami guy like rips it out. The ball is on the ground, and then the refs call it a touchdown. They go to review, and I'm like, all right, if the call on the field is a touchdown, like you have to have clear and indisputable video evidence to overturn it, Cheese. And you couldn't see fucking shit in there.
And I think what this one was more of, hey, we're gonna call it a touchdown so we can actually go look at it. I don't think they thought it was a touchdown.
The ball's on the ground. Like the call on the field should have been incomplete pass.
Yeah.
Sure. The reason why it was called a touchdown was because I was like, oh my God, Virginia Tech might actually get this done. Because if you go to the replay, you can't see the ball at all.
No.
So like you can't say, oh, for sure, incomplete pass. You have no fucking clue.
No. The call should have been incomplete, but I think they just wanted to make sure they were right so they could watch it again. And so that's why I think they called it a touchdown. I don't like that they called it a touchdown because I don't think anybody ever had complete control of the ball.
Yeah, I totally agree. But the fact that the ball's laying on the ground and then they called it a touchdown was the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, no.
Craziest shit I've ever seen.
That shit was dumb.
Anyway, we got Ole Miss at 12, LSU at 13, Notre Dame at 14. Sorry asses. Clemson's working their way back up at 15. Iowa State 16. BYU, the Stormin' Mormons are at 15.
The fact, hey, with the Jewish quarterback, Stormin' Mormons with the Jewish quarterback.
Bro,
love to see it, Coach.
Just keep getting dubs.
Diversity.
I mean, honestly,
Utah needs to go.
If you go look at who BYU has played so far, you can make a case that they should be up higher than what they are at right now.
100%.
You know what I mean?
The fact that Louisville's still ranked.
I
fact
agree.
that A&M's still ranked.
I agree. I think they gotta show some kind of love to the ACC because I think so far there's one team in the ACC in here. Oh, two teams.
The ACC
Miami,
won't be a thing.
Miami
soon.
and Clemson. Oh, it's terrible. Then you got Boise State coach. This Ashton Genty kid is a fucking animal.
Oh my God.
Animal.
800 yards and fucking 13 touchdowns.
Crazy, dude.
4 fucking weeks.
This dude is insane.
It's Travis Hunter. It's that kid. It's everybody else.
Cam Ward. Yeah.
Not even close anymore, Coach.
Nope.
What Travis Hunter does every fucking Saturday is stupid. It's stupid. And he's not even a favorite. I think Cam Ward's no, I think Jalen Monroe is the favorite.
Yeah. Woo! All right. Well, next show, I'm going to go back to some of my preseason bets because I know I took Jalen Miller on the Heisman. I think it was like plus 1,300 or some shit like that. Anyway, geez, now.
And don't get me wrong, like, great winning against Georgia, but is this the Heisman win? Hey, Coach, we're in week 4.
That dude, I don't know, Cheese. That dude made that Georgia defense look like a bunch of JV kids. That first half.
In the first half, you can almost argue the first quarter. Because, Coach, the second quarter and third quarter, they scored 7 points, 6 points.
Yeah. Until the end, yeah.
To the end. So I'm like, I don't know if we're ready to crown him as the Heisman. Big win though.
Yeah.
So nobody I'm if I had a Heisman vote, it's not close. It's Travis Hunter. It's not fucking close, man.
Second on the list is Cam Ward at plus 500. He is tied though, so him and Travis Hunter are tied at second technically, both at plus 500.
I think Travis Hunter has played every snap of every game so far. And
he's playing 140 some snaps a game.
And I think he is. Let's look at the stats for the season, Coach. Let's look at the stats for the season. Travis Hunter.
You got it?
Travis Hunter in 2024. It's 2024, right?
Yep.
Right now, he has 46 receptions for 561 yards and 6 tutties.
And then also
That's
has
on
like
offense.
7 picks or something like that right now.
Yeah, I would say that's on offense. And then how do I get to his defensive stats? Let's see. Game log.
While you're finding that, I'm going to read the rest of them out. So we got Ashton Genty, the next at plus 1,000. Dude, this guy is unfucking believable. He had 2 touchdown runs last week that I literally yelled out loud, oh my God. It was fucking crazy. And then we just get to just throw a name on the board. Dylan Gabriel, he has no business being there. Nico, whatever. Quinn Ewers, whatever. Jackson Dart, Carson Beck, Cade Klubnik, and then the list goes on and on and on. Anyway, I don't know where the fuck Cheese went, but I'll just talk to you all now as a podcast. Listen here. I'm gonna go back to what I said earlier. The Kansas City Royals won 62 games last year. Lost 100 of them. And now we find a way to get into the wild card, go to Baltimore, sweep them, and only score 3 runs. And now we're going to go play a team that everybody fucking hates. The entire United States of America is going to be rooting for the boys in blue. Fucking Blue October. The boys are playing some ball. If you come for the crown, you best not miss. That's all I got to say. If you come for the crown, you best not miss. You like that, Cheese?
Love it. Love it.
I had no idea where you went. I was filling some time, and the first thing that came to my mind was my boys in blue.
Coach, right now he is sitting with 2 interceptions, a forced fumble. Coach, like, he has 11 solo tackles, 16 tackles total. Like, I don't know what else you want the kid to do, Coach. Like, he's on pace, receiving yards.
Cheese, I think the more he keeps it up, like, he doesn't have to do anything more. I think it's just a matter of, like, can he keep doing it? I think that's why the odds are not maybe as – if he makes it through the season healthy and does the same shit he's been doing, he will win the Heisman for sure. Like, no doubt about it.
He's going to end his career, when he walks away from this year, he's going to end his career as the greatest.
No doubt.
Oh, he has another year if he wants to.
Yeah, but he'll go pro for sure.
Yeah, but he'll end his career as the greatest 2-way player in the history of college football.
Yeah.
And it's not close.
No, I agree.
And you're telling me that guy's not a Heisman Trophy winner?
Like I said, right now, I think just for the betting purposes, it's just like kind of, is he going to finish the season or not? Which we don't know. He hasn't done it yet. Like last year, he didn't do it.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of time. But anyway, that's the fucking show. Cheese, thanks for coming back on, brother. We hope to get you back on sometime.
Yeah, I got to get back on.
I'm going to talk shit on Kyle Kirk for about 2 seconds real quick. A lot of people that listen to the show are a little fed up with Kyle's bullshit about talking about how much money he makes and how much money he's placing on bets. Jeez, can we tell this man to calm down just for like a little bit?
It's such a Kyle thing. Like, guys, listen, it really, like, and I don't like putting this shit on all baseball players because baseball players are just fucking assholes.
Dude,
like it's if your best friend is a baseball player, or if you hang out with the baseball players, guys that are baseball players, coach, they're fucking dicks.
Yeah.
I don't know too many baseball players. I'm like, man, that's a great guy, man. He's a great. No, fuck no, they're all dicks.
Yep.
Kyle Kirk is a dick.
Yep. Anyway, that's my rant on Kyle Kirk. Cheese, get us the fuck out of here.
Hey, fade that bitch.
That's tomorrow. And that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that.
There it is. We are going to do this game, yeah.
Okay, but yeah, I can't read it. There's no words on it.
Ready? Yeah.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean? To play us out.
This thing is video. Sting video.
What is... I don't know what that means, to play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a... I can't do it. We'll do it live.
No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.